All right, so I accidentally scheduled this for the 29th by accident. It was like I'm not scheduled to start on time, like you're starting early. So that's just a great start. I accidentally scheduled it for a whole other day. Hopefully you guys hear me. If you guys can't, let me know in the chat where I could just pull it up on my YouTube or have my microphone plugged in. So I probably wouldn't know, but I'm gonna wait for some people to come in. If people don't come in, I'll just end it. But a lot of mixed emotions going on right now in the New York Knicks world. Let me pull up the YouTube chat. I know we have 7 people in here already because I know a lot of people have mixed emotions. Some people are happy, some people are just disgusted, like same old New York Knicks. Same old New York Knicks. What's going on, Karam? How you doing, man? How you doing? But I'm sure you guys have heard the news that we went on to trade Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks. Yeah, I accidentally scheduled it for another day. I scheduled it for the 29th. It was like I'm starting early. It's freaking like I'm actually 1 minute late. But we went on to trade Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks to the Detroit Pistons. And this was obviously a free agency type of move to free up cap space, but I know New York Knicks fans are happy in general that we're moving on from Alec Burks, so he won't be played out of position now because we saw him at the point guard position a lot. But I have no hate towards Alec Burks. I have no hate towards Nerlens Noel at all. They were true professionals the whole time. They never complained about their role on their team. So much respect to those guys. They seem like cool dudes, and they helped us when we went on to be the fourth seed and go to the playoffs. But we traded Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel to the Detroit Pistons. You could say it took some time. Some people thought it was going to be easier to move on from those deals. But like I mentioned in my video, there's a lot of players that are capable of doing what Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel do. Like they're younger and they're on rookie contracts, and these players are aging. Yes, they have experience, but they're pretty replaceable players when you really think about it. Alec Burks is inconsistent. You can get those streaky types of players. Noel's a good rim protector, but we know he's god awful offensively. So we also had to give up a couple second rounders, the 2024 Miami second rounder, and then we had to return Detroit's 2023 second round pick and also $8 million. But only the Knicks would get this much hate. Like, I'm not even talking about Brunson right now. Just everyone hates the New York Knicks. Adrian Wojnarowski made it seem like the Pistons got freaking Kevin Durant and LeBron James. Just like there's so much New York Knicks hate, but obviously the main reason we did this deal because obviously we got rid of Kemba on draft night. It was to free up more money. So now in total, I believe we have freed up like nearly $30 million when it comes to cap space this offseason. When you include the Kemba deal, which was like $9-10 million, and then Nerlens Noel and Alec Burks, and obviously this is to free up money for Jalen Brunson and free agency. And this is the latest thing I've seen on Chris, like when it comes to Jalen Brunson. The New York Knicks are probably getting him. And I think Jalen Brunson's a good player. But let me just pull something up for you guys. Let me just pull it up. Let me stop sharing my screen. Here's the trade. Well, if you want to see the full details, I can scroll down for you guys. But we cleared up $19 million with that deal. And also, Detroit's actually eager to utilize center Nerlens Noel and guard Alec Burks. That's actually not the worst of things. Like, Nerlens Noel could actually help Durant defensively, like discipline-wise. So maybe that's pretty nice. But yeah, we cleared $30 million in cap space. Yeah, the Knicks are trading. Here it is. Knicks are trading Nerlens Noel and guard Alec Burks to the Pistons. Sources tell ESPN the Knicks will unload $19 million more in salary, clearing the way for cap space to try and sign free agent guard Jalen Brunson. And a lot of reports have come out. Most likely it's happening that Jalen Brunson will be a New York Knick. Jalen Brunson, good player. But let me stop sharing my screen and let me pull something else up real quick. And I'm on my computer. The quality shit today. I apologize. This is how much money, y'all. This is how much money. Good player. Don't think he'll be an all-star. Maybe he'll be an all-star. A lot of people, you can go both ways. A lot of people were saying, oh, he's going to be better because he doesn't have Luka, because Luka's a ball-dominant guard. But then on the other hand, Luka took pressure off of Jalen Brunson, you could say as well. So I'm going to share my screen. This is how much money most likely Jalen Brunson's gonna be getting with the New York Knicks. So this came out 25 minutes ago. You see my tweet. I'm done. Goodbye. I'm not actually done. I'm just frustrated. When free agency opens on Thursday, the New York Knicks are expected to present Jalen Brunson. I don't know how this isn't tampering, by the way. The Knicks are expected to present Jalen Brunson a 4-year offer of $110 million. And Chris Haynes, he's a reliable source. $110 million. Matt says if Brunson comes along, I believe Murray will come along too, except he's not a free agent. That's gonna have to happen through trade. I'm getting lost, Noah. But what I'm seeing here with Leon Rose, he's trying to win now, but the New York Knicks aren't in the position to win now. I hate to say it, but if we're trying to win now, I think we're trying to hold on to Randall. And yes, I've seen reports the Knicks are trying to move on from Randall, but I haven't seen it really from very reliable sources. So I can't really say we're moving on from him. DeJounte Murray, Michael. Go get Sexton or DeJounte Murray. Well, DeJounte Murray's on the Knicks radar. I know they're trying to get him as well. Colin Sexton, he's a talented player, but he would be a terrible fit here. Bubba says Knicks should just tank next season. We have Tom Thibodeau. We're not tanking. And just the moves based off of what we're doing right now, trying to get Brunson, we're trying to win. But yeah, I agree. The class is loaded. And you guys have heard me rant over and over again. It seems like we still haven't gotten our guy because I know we'll get our guy when they have the right plan of building a longevity winner. I'm not saying the tank, but see what you get out of the young guys. If you don't believe in them, trade them, try to use them as assets. Because one of the main reasons we weren't able to trade quickly, weren't able to trade Obi on draft night, is because teams don't look at them as starting caliber players because Tom Thibodeau didn't give them the time to prove that they're starting caliber players. But yeah, we're talking about DeJounte Murray, Michael. But yes, if I'm being real with you guys know I've made a Brunson video on before free agency, like when the season was still going on, or I believe it was like right after the season ended. Brunson's a good player. He's proven to be clutch. He's not afraid of the big moment. We know he's a 6'1" guard, old school style of play. We know Leon Rose is his godfather. We know his father used to play for the New York Knicks of Rick Brunson, his actual father, Jalen Brunson. I liked him out of Villanova. He's 6'1" guard. Not the best defensively. He tries on that side of the ball, but he likes to post up. He can shoot from three. He knows how to get to his spots. Brunson's a good player, but $110 million potentially, $100 million? No. No. Not at all. He doesn't move the needle like that. Yes, he'll be an improvement at the point guard position compared to past years, but no. Like, I know some New York Knicks fans, you might see, I'm not throwing shade at any New York Knicks fans. Some Knicks fans, they'll have pom-poms, they'll be cheerleaders, they'll think every move the New York Knicks make is good because they're a fan of the team. But no, I'm being real with you guys. But most likely we're getting Brunson, and I'm going to root for him. I'm not going to root for him to fail. I think he's a good player, but it's just so much money, and the Knicks aren't a win-now mode team. Like, yes, you should always be trying to win, but we shouldn't be trying to make moves like this, if you know what I'm saying. What's going on, sports critic? How you doing? What are your thoughts on the Paulo pick? Because I remember when you uploaded the video when you guys got the first overall pick. I'll never see us get the first overall pick. It was Jabari or like Chet during that time. I think Paulo's the safest player though. Personally, I think you guys still got a good player. Um, let's see. Hi there, Noah. With them getting Jalen Brunson, most likely, hopefully they have enough money for RJ Barrett. Yeah, I'm interested to see how the RJ Barrett contract situation is going to go on. Yeah, we traded Noel, we traded Burks. So, and I also saw reports like Sims is going to be the backup big now, which I like. But a name to look out for, Knicks fans, still Knicks fans, a player I want you guys to talk about in your upcoming streams if you want. Jalen Smith is a free agent. I don't know if the Knicks are going to go after him, but he's someone that didn't get his third-year option picked up by the Phoenix Suns. He was very talented coming out of Maryland. 11th overall pick, 10th or 11th overall pick. The Suns barely played him because they're in win now mode. He can stretch the floor. He's a good rim protector. He's someone I'm going to make a video on, and I recommend you guys talk about him because we need some more versatility in the offense. And Jalen Smith's a sleeper. I like his game. He averaged like 13.7 rebounds, good efficiency when he went over to Indiana, and a trade for like Torrey Craig and a second round pick. Yeah, I would wanna trade for Murray, but I don't know if we have the right picks because they want, like, unprotected picks. Um, yeah, I like Murray's game though because we're getting Brunson, and if we have Murray next to RJ, I would like that defense, but then you could also say that's an undersized team. Brunson's only 6'1", Murray's 6'4". I know he looks taller because of his length. RJ 6'6". We'll probably still have Randall. Yeah, I'm interested to see what goes on to happen. If the Knicks are gonna give Brunson that type of money, they have to bring in another guy. Exactly, still Knicks fan. Ex I'm right there with you. Brunson, again, he's a good player, but we we need more than that, especially because if we're getting Brunson for that type of money, we're trying to win now. Or the Knicks also might be looking at it like Brunson can get better. But I want to know your guys' stance on this because Luca obviously makes everyone on that team better. Like he elevates Finney Smith, he elevated Kleba, even when Dwight Powell was there. Luca makes everyone around him better. So you could say he took Brunson to the next level, but then you could also say the games Luca was out, Brunson was big time in the playoffs. Do you guys think Brunson could take the next step? Or you think this is his ceiling right now due to the lack of wingspan, height, not the best athletically? Because I feel like he could always get better, but I want to know your guys' stance on that. Yeah, he's very polished sports critic. I like Paulo. Like he's the guy. Again, you never know with prospects, but he's the guy I always talked about. He has the lowest chance of busting. Like he's gonna be good no matter what. But Jabari Smith's my favorite player. I don't know who you wanted though. Um, Yeah, I was surprised because Magic usually like the lanky guys with a lot of length. Paulo has length, but I thought you guys were gonna go like Jabari Smith. Brother says if the Knicks officially deal sign Jalen Brunson to $25 million, but they need to re-sign Mitchell Robinson. I saw a report also the Knicks are most likely going to be re-signing Mitchell Robinson. Now they trade two players, Knicks future second rounders to get Brunson. I don't really like we've drafted pretty well in the second round, but I don't value them like that as much. The second rounders. Yeah, welcome to New York. I'm not the happiest about it, but I'm not going to be like a Debbie Downer and root for Brunson to fail. I hope he balls out and is a great player for us. But yeah, pretty much welcome because I think it's going to happen. Yeah, I want Randall to be gone. I do. I want him to be gone as well. Yo, what's going on? Cash out, James. How you doing, man? I'm not sure how many likes we have, but shout out to you guys for being in the chat. Smash the like button. I really appreciate your guys' support. It means a lot. The amount of love you guys been showing to the channel. Obviously, on the road to 4K, wouldn't be possible without you guys. But what's going on, Pudge? You need to remove that profile picture. I almost like threw up in my mouth. Let's see if there's any other news going on. I'm gonna hide my screen though because like you never know, people be posting weird shit on Twitter. Again, I apologize for the crappy quality. I'm just on my laptop right now. It's not the best of camera. Oh, let's see. My notifications. Oh, just everyone's laughing at us. Freaking I hate this shit. Let's see. It's the latest thing Ian Bagley said. Ian Bagley says, assuming Brunson does decide to come here, this is an all-in move for Leon Rose and his group. That's the thing. We're treating this dude like he's Michael Jordan. Oh my gosh. Just why can't the New York Knicks ever just develop? Yeah, the Brooklyn thing was a disaster. I'm not gonna hate on them though because we're the Knicks. The Knicks, like we still have a lot to prove, honestly. Um, it's 9 now. 9 what? Yup, Alec Burks and Noel gone. I just wanted to hop on here and talk more about like my thoughts on Brunson because I feel like in my quick update video on the trade, I didn't really talk about Brunson that much. I didn't say I was in love with it. I didn't really mention him much. But I know a lot of Knicks fans are just glad they're not gonna have Burks running point guard anymore. I guess that's a positive. Guess that's positive. But like I said in my tweet, I just have to accept Brunson will be a Nick, good player, but goddamn, that's so much money. Goddamn, it's right. Goddamn. Oh, I appreciate it, greatness. Appreciate it. Um, let's see what else we got here. All right, Knicks fans, do you guys give up 4 firsts for DeJounte? Because they want unprotected. I guess it depends how much you value DeJounte. I feel like he does everything well except shoot from the outside. Like he has a mid-range game, just doesn't shoot it well from three. Just like that. That's crazy if that's the market for Brunson. I heard like the most the Mavs would offer was like over $80 million. A little over. Still Knicks fans says longevity of small guards in the NBA playing at a high level is not great. Damon Stoudemire, yeah, I heard about him. I've seen his highlights. Isaiah Thomas, yeah, he lasted like 2 seasons or him 1 good season. Nate Robinson, he wasn't really great. He was okay. He was alright. He had his nice stints and he was okay. He was pretty good with the Knicks, the Bulls. Yeah. Yeah, he's had an ad career. But you're right, man, because he's not a Chris Paul. Chris Paul is just a special breed. Those guys don't Chris Paul is just rare. So that's crazy. That's Brunson's market. But oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So for I need Fournier gone though. I need Randall gone. So what's your guys' potential lineup? Like what do you guys want the lineup to be? Like realistic lineup you want entering this upcoming season. What's going on? Knicks will be 2026 NBA champs. What's going on, man? How you doing? I want to know your thoughts on this because obviously you're optimistic. 2026 NBA champs. I have us win a championship in 2080. So, oh, I'm joking. I'm joking. Still Knicks fans. Still Knicks fans say you would have to because the money the Spurs don't want any contracts, so you're offering first rounders, which have high value. You need like 4 of them to equal. Oh yeah, I'm right there with you. I just some people I guess just don't want to give up those first rounders. But doesn't it suck though? Because I've had this conversation with people. A lot of people are like, "It's all right. We didn't pick out 11. We wouldn't have played the player anyway." That sounds like we're a shitty organization. The best organizations, they find time for their players. They develop their players. That's not that's just like, do we not have that good of a scouting department to not just, like, find 1 player in the first round? Well, obviously, we didn't get any pick back in the first round. Just, like, when are we gonna develop? When are we gonna oh, just frustrating, frustrating, frustrating. Thank you, Alec Burks. Yeah, Alec Burks had some nice moments. I know it was frustrating him at point guard, but he was pretty much the main reason we won game 2. He was pretty big in that game 2 against the Hawks. Our first playoff win in 8 years. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Karam. But it sucks that we're so limited in the draft because we have to draft Tibbs guys. Tibbs guys, defensive, tough-minded players. I like Trevor Keels, but we need shot creation, guys that could shoot. Like we wouldn't have played the guy at 11, but we would play the guy in the second round. Like I don't. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place. But the thing is, we're not developing them. Knicks will be 2026 NBA champs. Like we're not. We could have all the young players in the world, but if we're not developing them and getting the most out of them, it doesn't mean anything. You think Zach Levine would come here? I think Zach Levine's staying in Chicago. I know San Antonio. There's been some rumors around that. It has to be RJ. Like in my opinion, it has to be. We spent the 3rd overall pick on him. Most likely, when Randall's gone, he's going to be the highest paid player on this team. So if we hold on to Fournier, we'll have Fournier's contract. We'll have Brunson's. We'll have to re-sign Mitch, RJ. I don't know about like if we get Brunson and we don't get another player, this is just mediocrity. That's what I'm afraid of. Yeah, but Lonzo, obviously, we had our chance at him. We had our chance. He's in Chicago for the next few years. Yeah, I agree. We need to trade Randall, Scotty, because that defense would be bad with Brunson and Fournier. Yeah, and RJ was pretty inconsistent defensively, even though I think that ankle injury had to do with it. But yeah, the defense would be bad. But I would like the upside of the defense if we had Murray and RJ. I actually would like that together. That would be good length. That just sucks though, bro. That sucks still, Knicks fans. Like RJ has to have a good year. That sets back. I don't think people understand that. If RJ doesn't reach expectations or he doesn't have a good year, that sets back our franchise a few years. Like you can't miss on a third overall pick. Like RJ needs to be good this year. No excuses. And that's the thing. It's kind of tough not to make excuses for RJ when Randall's on this team. Like it's been hard evaluating RJ like since he's joined the Knicks. Yeah, I know you know that, man. It's just frustrating as a Knicks fan. Like, there's still question marks about our third overall pick. Like, oh my gosh. We didn't get anything back. We gave them cash. Because Burks and Noel aren't valued, so you're not going to get anything back for them. They're aging players that are limited with those contracts. What's going on, Drew? What's up, Noah? But the only way this Brunson trade would work if we trade Randall. Well, get Randall out. Get him out. I just spit all over my screen shit. What's going on, Drew? Um, yeah, we need another shooter too. We don't really have shooters when you think about it. Like we don't have we have Grimes, but and Quick. Like Grimes, I like. I think he's a pure shooter. I know he struggled coming back from injury, but quickly he's streaky still. RJ streaky. Brunson shot good from three, 37, 38%. Fournier is a good shooter, but we'll see if he's back. Burks was streaky. He's not here anymore. Mitch can't stretch the floor. We need to get like a Jalen Smith. Wait, let's Yeah, but he's gonna be available in a trade for like a star, though. I think the Heat are gonna trade for like Mitchell. I know the free agency class isn't great, but let's look at like the best shooters available. The Heat are one of the smartest freaking front offices. I wish we had Pat Riley. Like I want Jalen Smith. I'll probably have a video out on him soon, but yeah, let's look at this free agency together. I know it's not a great free agency, but let's just see if there's any good shooters out there. All right, take this off the screen. Positions. Look at the shooting guard position. All right, so Harden player option. Like, let's just scroll through all this. Gosh, Jared Culver, what happened to him? Jeez. Brent Forbes is a pretty good shooter. He'd be a nice depth piece. Brent Forbes. I don't think he would ask for a lot of money. Brent Forbes is a pretty damn good shooter. I like what he brings. He's pretty much just a shooter because he's kind of undersized, but maybe that's a nice depth piece. What's going on, Jay? Dante's restricted free agent. Wayne Ellington, I'm not going down that again. Wesley Matthews, he forgot how to shoot a basketball with the Knicks. Yeah, it's not great. Malik Monk's an unrestricted free agent. I feel like he'll return to LA though. Just look at all positions because obviously it's 2022. Almost every position could shoot the rock. Let's see. Joe Ingles is an unrestricted free agent. I know he's coming off of injury though. TJ Warren. Not sure what Jeremy Lamb shot from three. Yeah, I want to know your guys' thoughts on Tyus Jones though. Obviously, we're getting Brunson, but is that someone you would have rather signed like on a cheaper contract compared to Brunson, or no? He's just a backup. Because I know a lot of people wanted him. Some Knicks fans, Chris Boucher, but the Raptors love their guys. Jalen Smith is such a sleeper. Like I'm about to show you guys, like Jalen Smith when he joined Indiana, because obviously he didn't play with the Suns much due to them being a win now mode team. He was traded for Torrey Craig and a second round pick. Went to Indiana. I know they're a rebuilding team, but in In those 22 games in only 24 minutes, he averaged 13 points. He averaged a block. He averaged 7 rebounds on, like, good efficiency, like 37% from 3 and 53% from the field. Like, he's a sleeper. The Knicks should definitely look at him. The Knicks should definitely look at him, in my opinion. That would actually be nice. That's like a low risk, maybe like high reward type of move. I think that's a good move for the Wizards, unless they're planning on putting like Johnny Davis at the 1. I'm interested to see what the Wizards do with Johnny Davis. I think he's restricted though, if I saw that right. Burks being traded, the Knicks had to do it to free up cap space. We won't have to see him run the point guard position anymore. But I appreciate what he did in game 2. He helped us get our first playoff win in like 8 years. But he was a class act. Same thing with Noel. No hate towards them. Not the best of players in the world, but they're professionals, and I appreciate them. Knicks will be 2026 NBA champ, says. Good news. If the Knicks miss the playoffs and we have a couple shots at the 2023 lottery, Victor Wembanyama, yeah, he's freaking, yeah, this dude's insane. If you don't know who Victor Wembanyama is, he's 7'3", lanky, could pass the ball, shoot the ball. He could pretty much do everything. He's like literally, if you put him in a video game, put all the sliders up of everything. But you're gonna need the first overall pick to get Victor, though. That's the thing. Like, he's gonna be the first overall pick. He's gonna be the first overall pick. Yeah, I heard Philly might be getting him. I wouldn't pay that much personally. He's freaking nearly 40 years old. I know what he does, like when it comes to impact wise, hustling, shooting corner threes, but that's a lot of money. Yeah, Josh Jackson obviously is a bust, but he's still a solid defensive player. But when it comes to his immaturity, I don't see the Knicks signing him. You would have rather had Tyus? Yeah, they're just a rebuilding team, so they're in a weird position with him. But now with Ayton potentially gone, maybe they should have held on to him. They got freaking Torrey Craig in the second round pick. Yeah, he's way better than Torrey Craig. I wish Miami Heat trade. You want Randall? We'll give him. We'll give you Randall right now. I don't know for just Duncan though, but you want Randall? Go ahead. Like, I actually think Randall under like Spoelstra would actually be pretty good. Like, I know a lot of Knicks fans would be like, "Oh, I know we shouldn't have traded Randall," but him not as a number 1 option, Randall could be a damn good player. Like, he's a good player. It's just up here. He needs a fresh start. He can't deal with the bright lights in New York. I love how we try our hardest to win, even sacrificing our young players' development. We then proceed to try and give up assets to draft up, trade up, acquire like. Yeah, I understand you. But I think trading up to get Ivy was a win now mode in a way. Well, it depends how Leon looked at it, because obviously Ivy's young, you'll be on a rookie contract. He's good for longevity wise. But Leon also looked at it as, oh, this guy's probably a generational talent, or he looked at him as that. It'll help us right now and moving forward. I just think Leon wants to win right away. But I think the Knicks are trying to win right away if you're trying to go out there and get Brunson. But then in a way also, maybe Leon thinks he is like Brunson has more upside than other people do, and he's paying him based off of what he thinks he could be. Because don't forget, he's his freaking godfather. Like, Leon Rose is Jalen Brunson's godfather, so of course he has a lot of belief in him. Why not just play the kids, get the higher pick, and then complete the rebuild? That he should go after PJ Washington. Yeah, he had a good start. No, not Brunson. I'm talking about Ivy. Hell no, not. Oh yeah, all right, Mark's in here. I'm gonna share the link. Hell no, he'll never hear me say that. All right, I'm gonna drop this in here and let me unplug this mic so then I can hear Mark. Oh gosh, because I know he has a lot to say. All right. Yeah, Riley and Spo would light up a fire, his ass. Larry and Jimmy too. NBA doesn't even put the Knicks ball on number 1. Yeah, if you guys don't know who Mark is, you're gonna find out who he is soon. Because he's not a fan of Brunson, giving Brunson this money, man. Yo, what's going on, man?
What's going on, bro? I'm happy to be on your show. First time for everything.
Yo, how you doing outside of the Knicks? How you doing outside of the Knicks?
Well, you know, I'm all right, as an individual, I'm cool. A lot of things are going on, you know, it's just, it's, it's overwhelming right now.
Yeah.
We're being attacked in different ways. And it, God bless America. God bless the soul of Knicks fans. Because why are we outbidding ourselves?
I don't know, man.
That's what we're doing. We're over outbidding ourselves.
Yep.
He does not have a market besides Dallas. And Dallas is only willing to give 20 to 22. That's how much he's worth. You think he's worth more than Fred Van Vliet?
No.
Why is the Knicks give? Yo, listen. Brunson is good. He's a good player. But what makes him good is when you're next to a generational type player.
Yep.
It's like a safety valve that Brunson plays with. Randall ain't no safety valve. RJ Barrett ain't no safety valve. What I see what's going to happen if he signs here, Tibbs is going to ride him for 82 games.
And he's a smaller guard. We don't know how long.
That's where I'm going with it. You can't put that pressure on him, knowing that teams are going to figure out this Knicks offense, which is very simple.
Yep.
Because we have simple mind players on this team. We don't have a lot of diversity on this team, or we don't have a coach that uses these players' diversity as well as some of these players can be utilized correctly.
I agree.
So, and we don't run a high pick and roll. Brunson need a lot of high pick and rolls to be very effective. Because one, he needs the ball a lot to be Jalen Brunson. He's not this 110 guy who I'm giving to be my playmaker of this team. He barely cracked 5 assists playing with a shooting team. Yep. What makes you think he's going to crack 5 assists with this team?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
He needs the ball to score. He's not this high 3-point shooter. Okay? So to be committing $230 million between him and Randall is nuts. It is nuts.
And we might be paying Mitch too.
Oh my God.
And we still have Fournier.
Oh, listen, I hope people think what Zubac's got, 33. If the Knicks overpay for Mitch, because if they go over $33 million, they overpay for Mitch. Because at least Zubac put points on a box score.
Yeah, I think he's underrated. I think he's a quality.
He's very underrated.
Yeah.
Okay, and they're giving a multi-year deal to Mitch. That's what they're saying.
Yep.
Personally, me, I would move on from Mitch. I would try to go sign the Harley-Stein kid that played for the Clippers last year. I would go for him on a cheaper deal. I think he's much better than Mitch at this point. I just think Mitch is very limited. I don't think he's going to get any better. And I just think he gets destroyed by centers. I'm not paying Mitch. I feel like I could find somebody with a little more value for less. That's how I feel about that at that position.
So what are your thoughts on Jericho Sims being the backup big, or would you rather go out there would you try to get a stretch big like
No, I like Sims because he's a little stronger he's a little stronger on the screening. He hits I like Sims, he hits people with the iron fist on screens.
Yeah, he's physical.
So he rebounds well. I just think that, the first year you can't really judge him because he didn't get the minutes necessarily to really show. But what you've seen, I think he has better footwork. He's better at covering pick and roll space. Mitch is horrible at guarding pick and roll. If you haven't watched, I think he gets back better and faster, and he's great at positioning. And what I like about him, he goes vertical every time, defenders try to go into him. So he has great defensive instincts. That's why I like him more than Mitch. Mitch is we overrate these guys too much. I'm sorry. I just think we need to move on from Mitch. And he's always hurt. He always get these nick. I'm over that. I'd rather move on from that. Just look what Leon did. You overpaid guys that you didn't have to overpay for, and now you have to get rid of assets to get rid of these bums. So you might as well just not overpay for Mitch. Don't pay him at all. Just go find somebody a lot better but less cheap, and they're out there.
Yep.
But what the Knicks are about to do with this Brunson, I've never seen nothing of this. You're going out to do this for this 6-foot guard. God bless America. Clutch.
Yeah, it's wild. So, Raymond says Jalen Brunson's a winner. You guys are sleeping on him. This is an awful signing. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Mitch fits the Knicks culture. Yes, we expanded.
Jalen Brunson's only a winner because he's playing besides Luka, bro.
Yep. We're panicking apparently, but we've seen the Knicks rush the process a million times and not develop talent.
And check this out. Brunson don't play no defense. So what makes y'all think he's going to do anything?
Next to Fournier, that would be disgusting if we heard
Oh my God. We're going to get cooked on the perimeter.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you something. If he was Steph Curry level of offense, then that can offset that. He doesn't offset nothing. That's the thing. If you're going to pay somebody that type of money, he has to something of his skill has to be so elite that it offsets something. It offsets nothing.
Yep. What's going on, Michael? How you doing? What's up, MH? How you doing, MH? Knicks trying to be aggressive. Can't say they're not.
Aggressive? No, they're being. They are. They're being You ever come across smart people, but they're so dumb?
Yeah.
That's what the Knicks are.
I don't know if they're smart though at all, honestly.
No, what I mean, I mean in like in a reversal way. Like they're really like they have guys that's moving around certain things that are smart, but they're just smart dumb people. They're just smart dumb people. That's my analogy for it. People that is overdoing it, just overdoing it. It's like when you talk to somebody, it's like they're trying to talk to you and give you vocabulary words that you don't need. Just give me a simple question to get your point across. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Jalen Brunson will not be the only pickup. Yeah, I want to know your thoughts on the whole DeJounte Murray situation.
That ain't happening.
Is he just he's trolling on Twitter? Like, we don't even have the
only way that's happening if the Knicks are willing to relinquish their 2023 Knicks pick. Other than that, no. Because what the Spurs want, they want picks that's going to hit in the lottery. They don't want no protected pick over 15, 16. No, they don't want those picks that we got for our 11th pick. They don't want those picks. Those picks are useless. They want the lottery pick. I don't see I don't see that happening unless the Knicks would do something like that.
Yeah. Pickle, I pretty much gave up with Cam Newton. Not Cam Newton. It's the same football. Cam Reddish and the New York Knicks. I honestly don't think anything's happening here. I think Reddish is a talented player, but if he can't prove to stay healthy again, I don't see him.
Yeah, it hurts because the dude has talent too, and it's like you traded for him, right? We have Fournier here. I just think his talent, I just wanted to see if he could stay healthy for this 1 year. If it doesn't pan out, you trade him. But just to get rid of him like that before getting rid of Evan Fournier, that's kind of crazy to me, bro. I'm always going to keep the young, talented player over some vet that is not moving the needle also.
Yeah.
And I'm not here to be negative, but this is what we're doing is bad, bro. We're overbidding ourselves. That's bad business.
Yep. Andre says Fournier is coming off the bench. See, I think Fournier is obviously a very good shooter. I just don't like what he does.
He's a good shooter, but the thing is, we don't run the type of offense that allows him to be really, really great too.
Yeah.
So, you know, I just want to know if we're gonna run a lot of high pick and roll to get Brunson open. Brunson needs pick and rolls, man.
Yeah.
Because if no one on our team could shoot the three, teams are just gonna just double Brunson, get the ball out of his hands every game, and that's just he's gonna be ineffective at that point.
Yeah,
Simple as that.
we need more shooters, man. I feel like we don't have enough pure shooters. Like Quickly he could shoot, but he's streaky as
It's
well.
tricky as hell.
Yeah, we have too many streaky players. Like RJ, he has nice stretches, but I can't label him as a shooter. Like he just doesn't have that touch
No, he's not. Yeah, he's not a consistent shooter. That's his problem. If he
yet.
was consistent, then the like I said, his shooting touch has improved. It sometimes I feel like he's gonna go in, but he's more of an inside out guy
Yeah.
more than a shooter, bro. That's why when they have him on a perimeter like that, I think it's hurting his game more than him playing from inside out. Because anytime you see when he has good games, he plays the inside out game.
Yeah.
A lot. And the thing is too, my question is, Clutch, why couldn't the Knicks go sign Tyrus Jones, right? You sign him. We play for the 2023 draft. Like, we're not going nowhere. It's like we're hoping to even make it to the play-in. That's what we're doing.
It's like we're stuck in the middle. We're trying to compete but collect assets. Like we have to pick a path. I feel like we're stuck in the middle. Like Leon has to pick a direction, honestly.
We
But
did.
if we're trying to get Brunson, like obviously he's throwing the bag at him. We know he's the freaking
Yeah.
godfather. I think Leon thinks Brunson can improve more, but obviously he had Luca. Luca takes pressure off of
He's a
like
safety valve, man.
yeah.
So,
But Brunson's a good player, but this much money
no,
is just
I never said nothing about his skill.
yeah.
You have to understand something. You cannot commit that type of money to two people like that, and they're not moving the needle for you, or you're hoping for them to move the needle. You got to pay for sure play. Now, if that was Aiden, I'm paying that $30 million because
Can see that.
that's a 20-10 guy, and I think if you use him more, which the Suns didn't do throughout the playoffs in that Dallas series, he's way more. He can offset a lot. I can rely on him for points and defense and rebounding. That's three things that is for sure I can get from a consistent night from him. Okay? If you looked, even when Brunson went against Golden State took him out.
Yeah.
They took him out.
Ashley says Brunson's a solid player, but we need a dynamic player. Why can't we let IQ and Deuce take the reins? And if they don't have it, then we could find another guard as good or better than Brunson next year. Yeah, I feel like the New York Knicks always assume too much. They make quick decisions right away. Like
there you go. Just like they did with Randall. We didn't have to pay Randall. Like when people say you have to get, no, we don't. He's not that type of player to have that type of leverage. He's not that dynamic player to come to say I'm going to commit this. No, you play it out to see if you really are for real. That's the thing with Brunson. He had this one good playoff. You don't do that. You don't just throw a man in the bag, man. If he ain't dynamic, you don't throw him the bag like that.
Yeah.
Overpaying for players, man, is just nuts to me. We don't have to. We don't have to.
We don't.
Because if we stink, y'all gonna say my complaining it's gonna be for something because I've been right for the last 3 years and it's gonna continue until people listen. It's how you run a team. You do what OKC did. You become the bank, and then you go from there.
Yeah, I understand what the Thunder are doing. I still have to see it play out. I like their talent. Obviously, they need to.
I understand that, but you see, they have a dynamic player, though.
Yeah,
that's the difference. Randall's not dynamic. Like, if he was dynamic, Clutch, I would be okay with Brunson.
Yeah.
Okay, I would be okay with it. But Randall's not even a good floor. Like, he don't even see the floor at a high level. Number one. When you watch him play.
Yeah, Randall's a talented player. He just doesn't have it up here. I feel
He's a
we
he's a
when you look
jock with
at
talent. He's a jock with talent. That's how I identify him as guy with talent, but is dumb. Jocks are dumb, but they just have the talent.
yeah, I feel we need more players that have a good feel for the game. I think RJ's still working on that. We don't really have high basketball IQ type of players. We
That's why
definitely
everybody regressed on our team
yep,
because you run an offense through this one player that does it just doesn't work.
yeah.
This is
Um,
bad.
so Skip Bayless says you got to tank to get a dynamic player. Um, we suck because we don't play the kids. Yeah, we could say that for years that we never were patient and develop players. Like everyone says, like oh, the New York Knicks been rebuilding for years. Well, they haven't been building the right way. Like
Yeah,
we
they're
take
like
shortcuts.
it's like they're resist. It's like a they're resistant to go all the way with what you need to do. You can't play both sides. It's one or the other. You cannot thread the needle like Golden State did. It's because they have superior talent. You cannot
Yeah,
do that. If you're bad, just do what's necessary to
yeah.
get good.
Andre says trading everything for Melo is bad business, while the pay for Brunson going to be nasty. We can't put a price on improving, especially when he won't be the only move. Well, we'll see if he's the only move. Like I
And
can't.
bring Javante. Listen, you bring in the Javante Murray. He's good, but if you're bringing him in with Brunson, he has to be a for sure shooter. You want to bring in him? He's not a good shooter. Javante Murray gets most of his points in the paint. It's not a good shooter.
Um, Click says Jalen Brunson's like D'Angelo Russell, and an outstanding season gets the bag and becomes mediocre again.
And
Mark,
he's bad.
What's your stance on D'Angelo Russell?
He's bad to play with and play around. He listen, as a point guard, he makes some of the most dumbest decisions, and he's very ball dominant, bro.
Yeah,
As a point guard, you cannot play like that. It gets very redundant, and you could go watch the Minnesota. Just go watch the Minnesota playoffs, bro, and just go look at the decision making he made. And for you to be a point guard, they could have easily won if he not a control tempo. If you're not a point guard that can't control the game, I can't overpay you. We're overpaying you.
yeah,
I don't think Brunson could control a game throughout the season like that. The reason why he looked good because when Luke is on the floor, that's the game is being controlled by him.
it's good. It's a good point, man. The
Jesus Christ.
the Knicks
Just
just don't.
because you're a point guard, I don't mean you can control the damn game. You got to be really special. You ain't Steph Curry's of the world, the John Morant's of the world. You don't control the game.
Yep. The Knicks just don't believe in marinating the talent or the youth. Pickle says sign Victor Oladipo on a minimum contract.
No,
Uh,
he's looking for a 2-year deal. He's looking for a 2-year deal. Like he's looking for a deal like where he can get enough money and still prove himself. So it's like he's willing to take a $20 million contract for 2 years or something like that. He
yeah.
ain't taking no league minimum. No, it ain't happening.
What's going on, Buzzer Beater? How you doing, man? Always a great supporter of the channel. Brunson's not our last move. So if
Us.
he's not our last move, everyone probably thinks we're getting Murray. Like, who do you think we're getting, Buzzer Beater? I want to know. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to know. Wilson says, "Relax, Mark. Knicks fans love defense. That is why they like Murray."
I understand that, but we have to score.
Yeah.
We
Uh,
have we have to score, and he does not score like the way people think he is because he made the All-Star. He made the All-Star out of pity. Okay? He didn't make the All-Star because his team was good. All-Star, there was a lot of players missing in the All-Star last year. Let's not get it twisted.
let's see what else. I don't think anyone said that, Michael. Um, Ayton could be in play. I haven't seen any reports the Knicks are interested in Ayton though.
Listen, the only way Aiton's getting here unless the Knicks unhaul everything. The
Yeah,
Phoenix Sun is looking for a player back that can be very serviceable. You crazy?
yeah.
They still
Trent
have his rights. They can give him the money and still trade him afterwards, but they're looking for a deal.
Yo, God, Kai Soto. See, everyone's talking about Kai Soto. I understand his talent, but when you watch him play, he wasn't as fluid as like Porzingis coming out. There's not that fluidity to him. He doesn't really impress me. There's a reason.
Not even that. He has to be in the right system. Him going to the Spurs was perfect for him. I
Yeah.
like him as a talent, but you have to run a certain system for his game to be utilized. Because he reminds me of a Draymond Green. Reminds me of Draymond Green. He could pass. He could put it on the floor. His decision making is very splendid, and he hustles his ass off. He's a high energy guy. His mode is excellent, but you cannot put him with Tibbs. Tibbs' system is not running the type of system you need for him.
All right.
He needs to be on a team that fits like ball movement. We don't move the ball.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of talent. He's gonna take some time.
He just got to be in the right. He has to be in a moving system. The Knicks does not move the ball well. We are bottom last.
Yeah. So we have an Alec Burks fan in the chat. He said, "I just hate that they traded Burks, who was one of our best role and clutch players last year. Burks scores more in a game than Brunson. Brunson just a natural point. So he likes Burks more than Brunson.
I don't like. This is why I don't have my own show, because honestly, like when I hear comments like that, I would go off the rail with it, because Jesus Christ.
Oh gosh.
Lord Clutch, what are we doing? What are we doing? No one wants to listen to me. Don't pay Randall. Now every Knicks, the whole entire city want him gone. Everybody's telling Mark, you just hating on Randall. No, it's because I know what he is.
Yeah.
Okay?
Kareem says, I think he's trolling. Yeah, he might be trolling. Who knows? Hector thinks Mitch is better than Aiden. What's your thoughts on?
No, but you see, this is okay. Okay. I hope. Listen, I hope. Stop giving out bad information like that.
Oh, has to be a troll. Has to be a troll. Aiden doesn't deserve the max either, in my opinion. He seems immature off the court. His offensive production isn't developed enough for that money. I think Aiden has a lot more. Like he could show that the Suns didn't let him
want people
show.
to go watch that Dallas series and look what their guards didn't do for Aiden and how many times he was open. Big man can't play if he don't get the ball when he has clear advantage many of times. Keep telling people. He was the reason why they made it to the finals last year. And he's majority of why they didn't make it, because they stopped feeding him the ball.
Yeah.
And they paid Mikal Bridges when they should have paid him.
Yeah, I like Mikal Bridges, but he disappointed me, honestly, in the playoffs. Mel says Burks plays hard and had a really good year last year.
If y'all watch Burks' game, he has one game every 3 to 4 games.
Yeah, but Burks, he'll have clutch moments, but he's inconsistent. There's a reason people make like jokes about him, because he'll have games that he looks like the best player, and then games he looks like the worst player in the league. Randall has a chance to bounce back this season, like Siakam did.
Yikes!
Like, however, Siakam's issues in 2020 to 2021 are a result of circumstances out of his control, unlike Randall. I don't even know what to say about that. Burks is
Siakam, the one thing with
trolling. Pickle, please tell me you're trolling, bro. Burks is not a better player than Mikal Bridges.
What?
This
I think don't even look at his comments, because he's doing this for a reaction. He's gotta ignore people like that.
Oh my!
This is just bad.
Pickle, you're my boy, but like, come on, man. He's joking. Okay, he's joking. Thank God.
Oh, okay. That's why I hate pickle juice and I hate pickles.
Burks is streaky as hell. I'm back. Yo, what's going on, Cooper? How you doing, man? It's like every year Siakam and Randall switches bodies.
No, one thing with Siakam, he had a bad first half, but he came back along.
Yeah.
But one thing with Siakam, he's a little more smarter than Randall on the floor. He analyzes things different. Like, I like people that analyze the game before, like, supreme talent.
Yeah.
When you look at Golden State, everybody say, oh, when a team is more athletic, when a team is more stronger than them, that team has a better chance to win. And what wins every time? The smarter players.
Mm-hmm. I
So
want go ahead. Go ahead.
that's what win basketball games. Smart players. Not because you're athletic, that means you're gonna go in and win. No, it doesn't work like that. Why do you think it took so long for Shaq to win? He had to learn.
Yep. Y'all forgetting we got Quentin Grimes. I'm interested to see what his role is. I like Grimes. I think he could just be like a solid player. I don't think he has a high ceiling like other people do. I just think he'll be like a nice 3-and-D player. But
Yeah, one thing I like about him, when he gets the ball, he let it go. That's the thing Tid's been harping on. When you
yeah,
get the ball, just shoot it because you be open, and I like him for that. So, and he's a good shooter. I think he's a good shooter, like a
yeah.
good shooter.
Every
Like
every every time he shoots it, you just think it's going in. Like
yeah,
he's a mentally tough player, and I feel like
yeah, like nothing fazed him, and I think he has a little more to his game. Like I think he I think he could go to the rack. Like he has a good first step to go to the rack. Like he's just not limited just to being a shooting guy. He can take it off the dribble off his first step and do something with it. So I think it's a little more to his game. But he's not like just a 3-point shooter. I think he has a little more to his game.
okay. I don't know who you're responding to, Pickle. Maybe it's Bella. Cam Reddish going to be the second leading scorer behind RJ. Okay, I think you guys are just trying to piss me off
Let
with
me
this.
ask you a question, Clutch. What happens when RJ deal comes up?
What happens when his deal comes up?
Yep. And he doesn't improve as such as, like I said, if he doesn't improve consistency wise, like Mikal Bridges from an offensive standpoint, because Mikal Bridges averaged like 15 points, but is a high 3-point shooter and a high field goal shooter. You cannot be below 45% and think you're
Yeah,
gonna get paid.
it comes down to the efficiency with me, and I hate
Yep.
I hate that Randall's coming back because I'm not making excuses for RJ. RJ still needs to work on a lot of stuff like creation wise and finishing at the basket, which should be his
Mhm.
best focal point. But it's so hard to evaluate him when Randall's back on this team. Like I wanted a year with no excuses for RJ. If people watch my
Mhm.
channel, they know I don't make excuses for RJ. When he's playing bad, I say he's playing bad. When he's playing good, I give him credit. But I just hope we're not in that position because if he doesn't live up to expectations as a third overall pick, that sets back our franchise like 2 to 3 years.
And
It
let me ask you a
does.
question.
I,
The fact that we have a guy that has the tools,
yeah.
he's hurting our progress and the young players to an extent because he does not sacrifice for the team. And when I mean, just look how Obi plays and how he just tries to make something out of nothing. I like Obi for what he is as a bench player, not a starter. What he does for the bench and what he does for the team, I like those type of tangibles. When I watch him, I get happy when he's on the floor because I feel like something's going to happen. And for him to go out there the last couple of games, that even just showed that he can be an asset to this team for the things he can do. But when you have Randall, he's going to play 30 to 35 minutes per game. What are we doing?
Yeah, man. Um, let's see. RJ gets better every year. I think Obi is a starter with Randall still on this team. Sadly, I don't see that opportunity coming.
Nope.
This team lacks spacing with Fournier and Randall still on the team. Well, Fournier is a good shooter, but Randall, the problem with him, he thinks he's a good shooter off
Yeah,
based off
he's
that one.
not. Tired of
Yeah.
seeing him on the perimeter. He does not go. He does not go into the basket. Like this guy is just like a perimeter guy now.
Yeah, I want to know your thoughts on this, Mark. So, best of worst, what's going on, man? He says if we trade Murray, I promise you, IQ and OB are part of it. So, what are your thoughts if that goes down? Like IQ and OB are part of a deal to get
I
Murray.
wouldn't mind giving him IQ, but I like it'd be hard for me to give up Obi because if I see him go somewhere else, he's gonna be a better player. And I just think that his tangibles, he can pass, shoot, and dribble.
Yeah,
That's a value to this team because not so much people could do it. And I think he has the better floor game I think he sees the floor better than anyone on this team. If you watch him, And he would have these subtle plays that if Tibbs run the offense a little more towards what he could do when he's on the floor, we can get easy back. There's another there's another dimension to this team with him on the floor. I think his floor game is he has good floor game because if you watch him in college, he was making those passes. He's seen his teammates. He was great in pick and rolls and making decisions out of pick and roll. Randall can't do that. Randall can't run a pick and roll and make the quick decisions that Obi makes. And Obi's a ball mover. That's why I like him a lot.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think he's been playing in a box since he's been a member of the Knicks.
He's playing in a circle.
Yeah,
moving side to side. That's not his game.
They just stick him in the corner, and we already know this offense barely has movement as well. So
stinks.
IQ and Obi won't be a part of the deal. Spurs don't want a player back. They want picks only. Yeah, they're in a weird spot. They have solid players, but I feel they need a pop type of player. Even though I like their draft, I like Sohan, and I actually like Branham. The Spurs want 4 first-round picks with limited protections. Good luck finding that. It's a smokescreen.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. You think the Pistons crack the 10th, 11th seed? Spurs
they'll be competent. Like there'll be like a tough game out if they put it together quickly.
Yeah. We don't know what. Yeah, that's the sad thing. We took this dude 8th overall. Obi's been in the worst situation. Like when we took Obi, everyone just thought Randall was gonna be gone. He comes back, has this good year. Obi barely plays, and obviously we have Tom Thibodeau as the coach. Like that just shows that you're not run well as an organization when you don't know what your 8th overall pick is. Like you should know what your 8th overall pick is. We know he has talent, but it sucks. We just don't see it production wise because it's just such a bad fit. Like
because you know what proved Obi to us into that season?
What?
Our bench was number 1 in the league. And our bench was carrying the starters that first season of that first half of the season. Yeah, I need to go back and watch that carefully. Obi and quickly was putting damage.
Tyrell says Terry Rozier got $24 million a year after averaging 9 points per game. Oh yeah, because the whole Celtics run, I remember that. And nobody.
And that's why the Hornets want to trade him now. There you go.
I have a question for you, Mark, though. If there was another team that was aggressively pursuing Brunson like this, do you think they would be getting as much hate as the Knicks are getting for it, though?
It depends on the team and who Brunson's going to play with. That's why it's different with us.
That's true.
Because you're bringing him in to be like a primary scorer, you're bringing him to run the offense completely. That's what it seems, because you want to take the ball out of Randall's hand. So it's like you're bringing him to be a high usage player, and I don't think that's going to bode well for him, especially when teams are just going to set their sights on him.
Yeah,
I don't think that's good, because I don't think that he has like another superior level. I don't know. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, Cherry, I hope it works out. Obviously, as a Knicks fan, I don't love the move when it comes to money because I feel like the Knicks are still skipping steps. Like we're not a Brunson away from competing. That's another main problem.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What? The 11th pick.
Oh gosh.
What? My thing is, if these picks that we got from that are useless, why didn't you just take Derwin or Mark Williams or even Jaden Williams? You take a player with upside. And that's what I like what OKC did. They took guys with upside. Hell of it. They got 3 of them in one draft. And what's so great about all of them, they're all playmakers. They're all able to make plays. To me, I think that Jalen Williams guy has like Harden game to me, like Oklahoma City Harden early. I just think that he's going to show out this year coming.
I just don't think Leon has patience. I don't.
No,
And
and that's what's gonna kill us.
no one talks about it. I think Leon Rose is getting bitched around by Tom Thibodeau.
Yes, this is a this is a Thibodeau. This is a Thibodeau move. I don't care what nobody says.
I
This
bet
is a
Tom
Thibodeau move.
Thibodeau was freaking popping champagne when he realized he doesn't have
Yes.
to play a rookie this year.
Tibbs love these little mutt little guards. That's what he likes. He likes these little mutt guards.
But that's the thing. I think we're limited in the draft with Tibbs because we've heard the term like Tibbs guy. Like,
Yeah,
what's a Tibbs guy? Like, we're not gonna be able to take an upside player then. Like when I
this
saw
is a Tibbs guy.
when I thought we were
Brunson.
taking when I thought we were taking Jang, I wasn't even that mad because I was like, he has talent. Everyone's thinking like, oh, he's
I
a
like
fun.
that pick. I wasn't mad at all with it because what I
Yeah.
like about Chang, he's 6'10", but he can also play make.
Yeah,
I want guys that can play make for each other. The
yeah,
reason why RJ Barrett looks the way he looks is because he cannot play. The team is not a playmaking team to make his game better.
yeah. And
Okay.
I'm with you, man. I thought we had to take a risk on a high upside player, but with this organization, I don't know if it's happening with these people. Yo, what's going on, Anthony? How you doing, man? Um, I know you're a Sixers fan. Who the Sixers just get lately from the Grizzlies? What are your thoughts on getting
Freaking,
Mel?
he's good too.
He's pretty good.
Why? Why you don't make subtle trades like that? Or even you go, okay, this the Knicks could have did. The Knicks could have went to Tyrus Jones. You sign him to a 3-year deal. He's not getting no more than 15 per. You get a guy that averaged nearly 16 points and did the same things that Jalen Brunson did when Ja wasn't on the floor.
Yeah.
He's a better defensive player. Right? You get that, and then you fill out the team. You bring in this one big-ass salary for this one little guard that doesn't play defense, and you're going to rely on him for 4. Nah, bro, you can't do that. That's not how you build a team, bro. That's not how you do it.
But yeah, what were your thoughts on the Trevor Keels pick? What were your thoughts on him?
People are making YouTube.
People talking about him like being a steal.
That you're making YouTube videos about this guy. Who is he again? What? We traded our 11th pick to pick Keels, and people talking about Keels like he was the 11th pick.
Yeah, like I'm rooting for him. He's a Knick, but I just don't think
Knicks
he's gonna
fans are on crack.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Clutch, because I have to bring order to this community as much as possible because there's other guys on here that have bigger outlets, bigger viewers, but they're lying to their viewers, and it's making me sick.
I'm not gonna say who, but they're not lying. I know some people that are just I mentioned this earlier. I'm not gonna mention who. There's some Knicks fans that are just cheerleaders. Just whatever the Knicks organization does, they just think they're doing the right thing all the time. But
I'm a Knicks fan, but I want the Knicks to do good, make smart trades, make smart moves. All my moves that I said from 3 years ago to make was smart. We could have signed DeRozan for 3 years, $85 million, instead of giving Evan Fournier 3 years, $72 million. DeRozan just wanted the money, and we could have gave it to him.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be smart?
Yep.
People was telling me Fournier could be an all-star player. This is what they're spewing to me.
Dude, everyone thought DeRozan was overpaid, but Brunson's gonna get more money than him.
Oh my God.
And we have a Pistons fan in the chat. That's just really random, but like the Pistons, they're not a big market, but I actually think you guys have a bright
The Pistons wasn't looking at Brunson at all, bro. The Pistons did what they needed to do.
Yeah. They probably just want to see.
There's no one else bidding on Brunson than the Dallas and us. And Dallas not even bidding what the Knicks are bidding. The Knicks are bidding against themselves. They're shooting themselves in the foot, just like they did with the Randall pick. Now everybody wants Randall gone. And I've been warning y'all for 3 years. Do not pay him.
Yeah. Black Mamba in the chat says, what else do you it's a weak free agency class, so I'm not sure what we're gonna do. But besides get Brunson, I'm not sure what the Knicks are gonna do. They're just very unpredictable.
Don't get Kevin Knox. Take Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They took Kevin Knox, and people telling me he's a 3-level scorer. He's better than Porzingis. And look where Knox is, almost out the league.
Yeah, I didn't want Knox. I wanted Mikal Bridges.
Listen, you know the thing is, I'm on airways and I'm on tape. So anybody want to go back and say that I'm a Knicks hater for giving out my opinions and what we could have done that would have, if we would have had DeRozan on this team, I would be fine signing Brunson. I'll be like, bring him in. Because DeRozan could be a safety valve while we can have 2 other players that could play their role. And we could be a competitive team and then build off that.
Yeah.
3 years. People selling 3 years, $85 million for DeRozan, a guy that could put up 30 a night. Told me Evan Fournier was better and that he has potential of being an all-star this year. I wish I was big on YouTube so I could have one of my fans to make clips of me.
Yeah.
Because Jesus Christ. Y'all people just don't want to hear the truth. You need the truth.
Yeah. I know we're passionate. I know we haven't obviously had a consistent winner in a while. There's a lot of knowledgeable Knicks fans. I know there's some crazy Knicks fans as well. I guess that's what makes us a very unique fan base. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll probably go live for like 10 more minutes, but live for over an hour a little bit. But yeah, shout out to Mark for hopping on.
And check this out. Even when we traded Porzingis, I was mad at that. I even said, I didn't mind you trading Porzingis, but to trade it for Dennis Smith Jr., the way they did it like that, there was more packages out there. And what came to be found out is that teams didn't know he was on the block.
Yeah, that Porzingis situation, like
that was AIDS. Was AIDS.
We just got lucky that Porzingis just couldn't stay healthy. Like
yeah,
we got lucky there. Because we didn't really get shit back in that trade at all.
Nothing. Zelch, nothing.
Yeah. Knicks fans are not on crack. They're in denial. They don't want to believe the truth of the situation. They force themselves to like and accept trash moves. I'm with you, man. Who in their right mind pays Randall 100? Yeah, well, we've talked about that before.
The next question, Clutch.
Yeah.
Who was giving him that money prior to that year? We outbidded ourselves again.
Who, Randall or Brunson?
No, Randall. Who was giving Randall that? Someone tell me which team when he was a free agent or out there.
I don't remember.
Who was bidding for him?
I personally don't know besides us.
And the only reason why we took Randall 3 years ago is because Randall didn't have any suitors. And we gave him the money that he didn't get anywhere else. Yeah. That's why Randall's on this team. They didn't want Randall wasn't someone they was looking at as like the first. We're gonna go for Randall. No, last man.
Wait, Francisco, man. Oh my, I appreciate you being here, but don't compare the Knicks to the Yankees, man. Don't. Oh Jesus my. We should have re-signed Bobby Portis. Chris Paul wasn't coming here. He was trying to win now.
Sure, Chris Paul ain't coming here. Ain't no good player coming here unless there's a good secondary play. You think people coming here to play with Julius Randle?
Wait, Walter White, are you a Hawks fan, man? Because he says Knox ain't out the league. He's gonna get minutes in Atlanta next year.
Well, until I see that, to me, he's a player that's clearly about to be out the league.
Yeah. And my boy Anthony's in here. He's biased. He's a Sixers fan. He says Tobias Harrison Thibault for RJ and quickly. Who says no?
Listen, that Tobias contract is abysmal. No.
Yeah,
no matter of fact, if y'all take back Randall, I'll take Tobias back because his deal only has like a year left.
Yeah, they're not.
I would do that.
They're not.
You know what's so funny? I would give the Dallas pick to take that deal back, just to get Randall off. Like, I can't have him on this team. He's not essential to making this team better with his play. And I'm going to continue to harp on that.
Yeah.
I would even trade Randall for Jaren Collins. And I'm not a Jaren Collins fan, but I feel like he could be utilized better. I think he's a little better than Randall.
Oh, we do have a Hawks fan in the chat. What's going on, man? I'm a Hawks fan. Knox is not getting minutes in Atlanta next year. Yeah, he didn't play that many minutes. He had that one game. What was it like? Gosh, it was so funny. So many Knicks fans are trolling Trae Young when Knox came in garbage time in that playoff game against the Heat, and then he put up more points than Trae Young in like 3 minutes or something.
The Hawks better be the Hawks fan, he has to make sure Trae Young stop being a ball hog. Because when you look at that roster, they don't look like they have fun playing with him. And he's a nut with the ball. He's good, but he's not someone you have fun playing with.
Well, Francisco, the last Yankees World Series, what was that? 2009. The Knicks haven't won since '73. So that's
please.
That's a huge difference, man.
Yeah, Saigon, this is me.
Mark's a celebrity. Someone said, "Wow, this is Mark." I agree. We need to get Randall out of here. We need to trade for Miles Turner. I feel like we've been hearing those Miles Turner rumors or freaking scenarios for like years now.
You know what it is? I don't think teams want to pay him his next contract for whatever that is. That's why teams are not. Yeah, that's why teams are not up to trade for him.
I like Turner.
I like Turner. I do, but like when people say he could be much better, no, I just think he is who he is now. He's been put in a role throughout his whole career. No,
dude, go ahead.
If you're that next ascending guy, your play dictates what your play is always going to dictate. Always going to dictate. You don't get put in a role when you're that guy.
Yeah. We don't hate Randall because of just a thumb. Like he's done more than that last year. His attitude is awful. His play style, he doesn't have any basketball IQ. Don't get me wrong. Freaking Tibbs babied him throughout the whole year, though.
Oh,
But I really think Tibbs treats Randall differently.
Yeah, he does, bro.
Because Randall has some anger issues, man. I don't like saying that, but he has to be treated differently because he can't take criticism, I feel like.
It's not even that. He can't play in front of 18,000 fans.
Yeah, he can't deal with bright lights. I would like to see him go to a smaller market. Like he's just not.
That's what he's good at. I thought Portland was good, but Portland made their decisions.
Yeah, they got Jeremy Grant and all that.
Portland was the only viable team. Anybody else? Nobody wants Randall like that. I'm sorry. Teams don't even. I don't think teams want him. Clutch. Tell you the truth. Especially with that deal that we gave him. Nobody want Randall for 4 more years.
Yeah.
We stuck with that clown.
I hate Randall for yelling at the guy with the laptop. Oh, the coach? Yeah, I remember that. Gosh.
He's not a team player, bro. He don't do the little stuff.
Let's see. Tibbs never held him accountable. Terrible head coach / top player duo. With Brunson on the team, you won't even hear about Randall. He'll have a good, quiet year next year. So I think he's thinking that Randall won't handle the ball as much and he'll have a different role. That would be our dream that his role changes, but
hold on. Here goes the other side to it. When Randall don't touch the ball, he pouts and plays lazy. When he does not get his touches, he goes to the corner. He misses defensive assignments. He has defensive laps. If he does not touch the ball or score, he's not someone I trust on the floor with the rest of the guys. Because he completely like he shuts down.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning into the live stream. Been live for a little over an hour. Big shout out to Mark for coming on to his debut on the stream, man. Yeah, shout out to him. Thanks for coming on.
I had to get this off because 110 for Brunson just like what you would think the way the world is going with the economy on the edge. I'm more depressed that we about to pay this little mutt 110 and the economy is going to hell, and I'm more depressed about that. So that should tell y'all how much I am as a Knicks fan. It's just hard to see the Knicks just doing over dumb stuff, man. Smart, dumb people. Oh God.
Well, I don't know about Mark. He put out there on Twitter. He turned in his card. So we'll see what
I
happens
turn in
with
my
the new.
card. If they sign him, I turn in my card, bro. I turn in my card because
You heard it here first.
that is
But
just black. That's like, oh God, man. Those are the type of people that get you shot.
yeah, guys, have a great night. Shout out to Mark. Have a great one, dude.
Thanks, Clutch. Thanks, you too, chat.